math gurus. This video is going to focus on slope-intercept form from a table. Okay, so let's refresh our memory. Slope-intercept form, our m is the rate of change or slope. And then b is your initial value. If you're graphing it, it's our y-intercept. The word problem is initial value. And today, it's going to be our constant. It'll make sense when we get there. So the x and the y. X is the x-coordinate of a point on the graph, and the y is the y-coordinate from that point that's on the graph. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Our first example says, write an equation that represents the linear relationship between x values and y values. Linear just means straight line. There's only 2 steps for this. Step 1 is find the rate of change. Step 2, find the constant. Okay, so this middle part is technically our mx plus b. So the first thing we do is find the rate of change. How did 10 become 6? Take away 4. 6 becomes 2, take away 4. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. So we're going to go to the left side. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. And then 9 becomes 12 by adding 3. So our rate of change in y over change in x is negative 4 over 3. So the first thing I want to do is write negative 4 over 3 all the way through. I'm going to put 4 sets of parentheses, and I'm going to plug in all my x values. Okay, now we're going to find the plus or minus if it doesn't equal the y value. So for the first one, it's negative 4/3 times 3. And then negative, which simplifies to negative 4. How far is negative 4 to 10? Well, if you're negative 4 here, oops, and you go to 0, that's add 4. But you still want to get to 10, you would add 10. So technically, you add 14 to equal 10. For the next one, it's negative 4/3 times 3. So it's negative 24 divided by 3, negative 8. So now you're negative 8 and you want to get to 6. So you 8 go up to get to 0 plus 6 more. So it winds up being plus 14 again. And for the next one is negative 4/3 times 9. So that simplifies to negative 12. How does negative 12 become 2? Well, you add 14 and that would equal 2. The last one is negative 4/3 times 12. So that's negative 16 it simplifies to. And then negative 16 plus 14 will give me negative 2. So now we found y equals mx plus b, which is negative 4 over 3x plus 14. Okay, so we're going to go to the next example. I'm going to solve it a different way. If you like the last example, I encourage you to pause the video, try to solve yourself, and then come back and check. Or if it didn't work out, the answer is still going to be the same. So let's first find our rate of change. Negative 10 minus 2 gives me negative 12. Negative 12 take away 2 is negative 14. Negative 14 take away 2 is negative 16. How does 1 become 2? Plus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay, so that means our slope or rate of change is negative 2. Now keep in mind it's y equals mx plus b. If you feel comfortable with equations, then you'll like this way. So I know that 2 is n, and I'm going to grab that first ordered pair, plug it into my equation, and now I have to solve for b. This is -2, because a negative times a positive is a negative, and then I'm left with -10. I haven't solved for b, so that means I need to add 2 to both sides, and this gives me -8. So now I have my final equation is y equals -2x minus 8. Regardless of how you did it, whether you plotted the graphs or you did something different, plotted the points, you still would have ended up with the same equation in slope-intercept form, or if you did it like the last example. All right, thanks for watching. I hope it helped. If it did, don't forget to like and subscribe.